If you were in charge, how would you take on Iran?
Yeah, all my girls and we would all start putting belts on them.
We get a bunch of girls in bikinis, we make them run across the battlefield. All the guys are distracted, we all run in.
Look at him in his eyes, I guess. Flirt with him.
I'd blow him up.
I blow them up. But look, I don't know if anyone, look at how many, there's 1 crucifix, 2, 3. They don't know anything. And again, you know what they keep saying, I keep hearing too? Keep this brown religion out. Keep this, you keep saying Islam, Muslim, this sand religion, this desert religion, even though Christianity comes from the same place. Okay, brown people are low IQ, brown clown. And then you see the white Christians here, the young white Christians, the future of America, and Gen Z, we are gonna be the ones, we have to save this country. Look at the intellect of the average young American. You're gonna say immigrants, they're not capable of assimilating, they're stupid, their culture's backwards, they don't know what they're talking about. What else do we have to offer?
I don't know enough about it, but I would probably wipe it out.
Drop a bomb. Baby, bomb the out of them.
Just bomb them. Just bomb them. Bomb them. I don't know what it is, but bomb them all.
These are literal goyim. The Jays are so happy that these dummies think like this.
You're absolutely right. Here's spring breakers. Here's Americans on the war. Spring breakers. Spring break. So Fox News interviewed some Americans, the high IQ white Americans with Christian values. What are they talking about? Let's see what they think about the war.
What college you guys go to?
UTC. FAU.
Sacred Heart University.
Ohio State.
Spring break 2026. What is the game plan?
Drinking. Blackout with my rack out.
If my mom is watching, I'm sorry, Mom, but I've been getting pretty drunk almost every day.
Hook up with some girls, get with as many girls as we can, and not come back with the STD.
Wake out with 1 person each night, that's it.
So how many guys have you made?
So here we go. We can see the priorities right now. Half these people, although this is not representative of Christianity and shouldn't be, shout out to my Catholics and Orthodox, but like half these people have crosses around their necks. Their goals for spring break right now amidst the war, make out with as many people as possible. And so they always say Islam is not compatible with the West. Sharia law is not compatible with the West. Muslims are taking over. Maybe this is why they're saying Islam is not compatible with the West, because yeah, Islam has nothing to do with this. People wearing religious signals, jewelry around them and saying that they just want to sleep with as many people as possible. This has nothing to do with Islam. That's why it's not compatible. And again, this is I see this on the timeline. I'm like, the amount of outrage that you get for people praying in Times Square to the one true God, the Father, that the Catholic Church even says that Muslims pray to the Father. The outrage towards this is amplified everywhere. Everybody hates this. Not everybody, but the Zio shills, they all get up in arms about that. When they see this, I don't see a word.
Get out with this week.
I've been here for about 10 days. So 10.
What were their names?
I don't remember.
Name one.
She made out with 10 people in 10 days. She doesn't even know their names. She doesn't know their names. So what are the values that we're protecting? The American values. What are we protecting?
Name me one. Name me one. What is the craziest thing you've seen at spring break?
Not that crazy. I've seen people do.
There you go. I mean, saying what does this have to do with Christianity? It doesn't. It's bad. But she has a cross on her neck. And you don't see any people say, hey, look, maybe you shouldn't be representing Christianity this way. But they have so much to say about the call to prayer or about a Ramadan fasting, see people breaking fast, having an iftar dinner.
Do like cocaine off of boobs. I saw a girl like black
Cocaine off of boobs.
out on the street. That
Blackout in the
was
street.
pretty exciting. Sunday mimosa drag races.
You see that guy taking his pants off in the middle of the club?
There's a lot of famous people down here.
Have you seen Johnny Belisario?
What?
Never mind.
Okay.
What is the wildest thing you've done down here?
Got with somebody the first night that I came down here.
Pole dancing. 2 days ago.
Stripping naked, getting in the water. You gotta say. What'd you do? You went something crazy. On the strip? Honestly. All right, on the strip?
No, we had this.
Okay, that wasn't public, but yeah, okay. That's.
And this is the arrogance of our country compared to the people in Iran. The people in Iran right now, we're at the same war, but look at the comfort, the arrogance, and the straight debauchery that we engage ourselves in compared to the people in Iran. Right now, they're wondering, okay, is our water supply going to be destroyed? Yeah, okay, maybe we have to think about the oil prices going up a little bit, but do you think anybody in here cares? No, their main focus is how many people can they make out with at a bar.
What issue facing America is the most important to you?
What bikini I'm gonna wear next?
It's like a parody. It's like parody. Here's the double standard. If I say this is what American values are, people get upset. When they say this is my number one focus, they look away. They don't care at all. Funny enough, this is on Fox News too.
Bikini I'm gonna wear next. Obesity is terrible.
Ice. Not personally. I'm legal.
Getting a tan on the beach. That's the most important thing in my life right now.
I'm thinking about Starbucks, to be honest. I'm thinking about Starbucks, what I'm gonna get for today.
The elevators don't work. You got 43 floors. The elevators don't work.
I could take this little glass of water, drop it in the magnets. That's the end of the elevator.
What have you heard that Donald Trump has been doing recently?
Gulf of America. That's the last thing I kept up with.
Gulf of America. So just changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Half these people, they don't even know the war is happening. They don't know what it is. They don't know where Iran is on a map. They don't know who the Ayatollah is. They don't know what the Strait of Hormuz is. They have no clue what's happening at all. Completely disconnected from reality.
Going to war with Iraq. That's been crazy.
What are you doing?
War with Iraq. War with Iraq. Iraq. The troops just left. Since 23 years since they first invaded Iraq. Now they're gone. And she thinks it's happening now.
With Iraq. That's been crazy.
What do you do in Colombia? You got Maduro out? I don't with Trump, but that done.
He's like trying to sue those people for making jokes about him.
600 times!
You must be happy.
I'm very happy.
The Ayatollah's dead.
I'm so, what? Who? What? What is that?
Who the is Ayatollah?
They don't even... what's the Ayatollah? What's the Ayatollah? What is that? What is that? This is why a ground invasion is going to be a disaster, because how can you convince these people who don't even know what this is to be afraid of a people that they don't know exist, that they have a nuclear weapon? The propaganda won't work. This is worse than any propaganda Iran could put out there. It's just hearing the words of American people. The Ayatollah?
I have never heard that word in my life.
Lewis, what's Ayatollah?
I haven't heard. I found out about Chuck Norris yesterday. That was more devastating to me.
Okay. And you know what they also keep saying? They keep saying that people in Iran are religiously backwards. This is coming from Hegseth, Rubio, Ted Cruz. They're religiously backwards. Is it not religiously backwards for women who are dressed like this, wearing a crucifix on her neck, saying that her priority is making out with, 10 guys in 10 days, snorting cocaine off of boobs, and seeing people like get naked in the club? Like what? How is this not religiously backwards when everything they're saying is the literal inverse of what they're representing? But the people in Iran, they're the evil ones that need to be destroyed.
He was the supreme leader of Iran.
He's dead?
Oh, yeah.
We killed him.
Oh, you did? You killed him?
Johnny,
Whoa.
If you were in charge, how would you take on Iran?
Yeah, all my girls and we would all start putting belts on them.
We get a bunch of girls in bikinis, we make them run across the battlefield. All the guys are distracted, we all run in.
Look at him in his eyes, I guess. Just flirt with him.
I'd blow them up.
I blow them up. But look, I don't know if anyone, look at how many, there's 1 crucifix, 2, 3. They don't know anything. Anything.
Just flirt with him.
I'd blow them up.
And again, you know what they keep saying, I keep hearing too? Keep this brown religion out. Keep this, you keep saying Islam, Muslim, this sand religion, this desert religion, even though Christianity comes from the same place. Okay, brown people are low IQ. Brown clown. And then you see the white Christians here, the young white Christians, the future of America. And Gen Z, we are going to be the ones, we have to save this country. Look at the intellect of the average young American. And so you're going to make me think, you're going to say, okay, immigrants, they're not capable of assimilating. They're stupid. Their culture's backwards. They don't know what they're talking about. What else do we have to offer?
I don't know enough about it, but I would probably wipe it out.
Drop a bomb, baby. Bomb the out of them.
Just bomb them. Just bomb them. Bomb them. I don't know what it is, but bomb them all.
These are literal goyim. The Jays are so happy that these dummies think like this.
You're absolutely right. Literal goyim. This is what the goyim are up to. And they rub their hands together because this is how easy it is to get away with their propaganda. There was a shift recently where they realized they don't need to censor everybody. And I was part of that. They thought that, okay, if we ban everybody like SNEAKO, then we can control the minds. And then they realized, wait, the Goyim are so stupid, we could just let them talk and they won't care. The Goyim are dumb. The Goyim will just believe it. Whatever. There's no point. And so they get unbanned, and you can see they're vindicated. It doesn't matter.
I would bomb the out of them.
What have you heard about Venezuela?
Venezuela? Nothing.
I'm not sure.
I barely know what'll be going on in like Tennessee where I'm from.
That they beat us in the World Baseball Classic.
They don't know what Venezuela is either. This was the regime change that happened in January where Trump kidnapped Maduro. And I was saying, and I got so much heat from the same people, the Christian American nationalists saying, oh, Monroe Doctrine, Monroe Doctrine. I've been completely vindicated about Venezuela since then and nobody's apologized. I said this was just about getting oil to supplement the loss that would happen from the Strait of Hormuz being closed in Iran. Have I not been completely vindicated 100%? They were so happy. People like Tim Pool were saying, yay, oil's going to be so cheap. The MAGA people thought that, what, Trump was going to hand deliver barrels of oil to your doorstep because they kidnapped Maduro? No. They gave a bunch of oil to Israel, and then we still don't have enough. They're panicking right now, and they're doing market manipulation. And people, you know, the ultra elite, they're getting rich off of these speeches and insider trading, while the average person is paying more per gallon than they've ever paid for gas.
Have you heard anything else?
No.
Nothing. I have heard nothing about Venezuela.
You know, honestly, I don't know and I don't care.
And so, yeah, I understand people are saying, okay, they're 20 years old, they're in college, stuff like this. Yeah, okay, I could see that. They're 20 years old, but they're also in college. They're on spring break from what? They're on spring break from education, break from school. These are people that are paying for an education and they have no idea about anything. I can understand if they were homeless and they were just random, stupid, drug-addicted 20-year-olds. These are people going to school and taking a week off, celebrating the fact that they don't need to learn for a little while and they can turn their brains off. And then we ask them simple things about what's happening in the world and they're completely clueless. We are seeing that the education system has failed them. And also the clear doomsday in front of our eyes. So if this is the future of America, what are we going to look like in 30 years? If this is the average person compared to the average 20-year-old in China, what do you think the average 20-year-old in Iran is thinking right now? We've seen horrible videos of, 12-year-old Palestinians. Their mothers and their brothers were just killed while trying to go get American aid, trying to get a bag of flour. And you can see the tears running down their faces. You can see children in Iran. American bombs killed a post office man. Killed this Iranian father. He worked for the post office and he's crying. He's saying, one day I will avenge my father. I will avenge my father. Tears running down his face. You know what we're going to call him in 5 years? We're going to call him a terrorist. But he's completely vindicated and wanting to avenge his own father. It's not justifying terrorism. You can understand his feeling completely. How are we going to call him a terrorist for wanting to avenge his father? And then they see this on the internet. They see what the Americans are doing. They have no idea what's going on. La-di-da, doing cocaine on the beach. And we have any sort of moral high ground to say that they're backwards, that they're the terrorists?
Where is Venezuela?
I don't know. I'm drunk. I don't know. Venezuela? Isn't that in Spain?
Isn't Venezuela in Spain? The white Christian America, right? Obviously, this is not representative of the entire country of all white Christians, but I don't want to hear a peep about how Islam is taking over when we're 2% of the population. I don't want to hear a word about how that's destroying Christian values. We're destroying Christian values by praying in Times Square. Okay, what are you doing to promote religious value in your country, our country? What is the white culture that Islam is destroying? The white Christian culture that you're so threatened by. Muslims praying is going to destroy. What is it? Is it? People don't describe it. But if this is the majority, this is predominantly what's happening, and they're the ones with the cross, then this is it.
No.
Go easy on the tequila.
She was on stream with me? Was she? I don't remember her. Thanks for the 10. You said Abdullah ibn Saba was a Yemenite Jew from the Arab Himwar tribe who converted to Islam during Uthman's reign. He created Shia sect and divided Muslims. Okay, regardless if that's true, one ummah regardless. Like, there's no point in focusing on any other division, any sort of division right now.
Isn't that in Spain?
No.
Go easy on the tequila.
What do you want to tell Jesse Waters? You're on his show.
That's the guy who was eating the steak, remember? Is like in front of the vegan guy?
Oh,
Jesse Waters.
do you know who I am?
I do not.
Here's Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
Well, that's a pretty grim look at where we are. And I saw this earlier. Speaking of American values, Neon's ex-girlfriend, Sam Frank, who, you know, I faced a lot of backlash for saying, I told Neon, yeah, you should not be in a relationship with her. You should, his community were really upset. They said you're hating. And apparently she's selling $200 Bibles now.
I love y'all so much. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for understanding. I can just spend some time with my family right now. And I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna try my best to still give y'all the best content that
It's a fake caption? Okay.
I can. And I will.
Yeah, I don't even know what, I don't know if this is real. Is there any source? I saw something on Neon Stream talking about it. I think the Clipper deleted it. I don't know if it was a $200 Bible, but I think it is true that there was a Bible on sale. Let's see. Oh, I think they got rid of it. I think they deleted all the info. Yeah, it's been scrubbed for the internet. Okay, well, that's gone. Also, there is, let's catch, before we get back into the war, a little bit of goy slop. Here we go. There's a trailer for this baby shower. So Jay Cinco and Lala Baptiste just dropped the trailer for their baby shower.
You're just too good to be true.
Yeah, I guess we don't need to watch this, but it's just like, what is streaming got to the point? People were saying it's like, what did Kai Cenat do? Kai Cenat needs to pay for his crimes. We want war coverage. Yeah, we'll get into this. It's like, yeah, I know, doing a stream trailer for your baby shower. What is a baby shower? That wasn't part of my experience growing. I never saw people do this, but a movie trailer for a baby shower. Are they married? I mean, look, I'm just trying to get up to date with the Goyim amidst this war. In a way, this is Goy. This is war coverage to see what the Goyim are doing. You get to understand the zeitgeist right now. Thank you for the 50, Brother Sneak. Please get the mods to get the Shia Sunni out of the comm. We don't need division right now. They need to shut up. Long live love speech. Yes, sir. In the Twitter comm. All right, we'll try to limit that. Okay, but here's what they're doing. Okay, yeah, I understand you guys don't want to see all that stuff. It's a little stupid. The last 2 days, I was really looking forward to going live, ironically enough, but I was too sick to go live. I caught a bad flu like 6, 7 days ago. And I powered through it. And I ended up I was like thinking about it, I was sick in Saudi and then Turkey and then Bosnia and then Turkey and then back in America. And then I went here and then I kept on streaming. Have you slept? Yeah, I slept like 48. I slept so long. And I just kept on. Every time I would sleep, I'd wake up like, all right, well, I want to stream because I look at my phone. I was reading these articles. So much to talk about with the Iran war. Basically, we are getting ready for a ground invasion. I don't know if you've seen, but Trump keeps on declaring victory. We won the Iran war. It's over. Hegseth is saying, we don't negotiate with those terrorists. We negotiate with bombs. Like, that's how terrorists negotiate. And I'm just looking at my phone like, this is so good. Not good for the world, but good for content, which is a little bit bad. But I really wanted to go live, and then I was like too fatigued. But here we are. And I'm sure there's a lot of more developing information today. So today is going to be good that we're live early. And going to be live all day long. I have so much stuff to have everything outlined in front of me. I've been doing tons of research, reading a lot more articles as I was sick, preparing more. But I've saved the schizomaxing, which I've been procrastinating for the last 2 streams I've done after I missed last 2 days. We'll get into that. So I do want to be live for a long time today. you're getting drafted, shut the fuck up. Okay, look, so who's American here? For the Americans, I don't know if you've seen, but they just extended the draft limit from age 34, if I'm not mistaken, to 42. 34 to 42. Not a good sign. You already know the protocol. They come knocking on your door. Sir, you need to go die for the Jews. I don't want to die for the Jews. We're not going. I'm not fucking dying for Jews. I'm not. You know, you're supposed to say I'm not dying for Israel. Can we just start saying, you know, because it's really funny that you have to self-censor, because we've self-censored ourselves into a literal war. We've self-censored ourselves so much. Now we are at war for Jews in Israel. So it's like having to dance around it and tiptoe and say Zionists and stuff. It's like, dude, we're here now, you know? It's like, why do we still, you're on YouTube? Yeah, but what I'm saying is correct. It's for, anyway, David, thanks for the 10. I see you. Not draft, it's the enlist age. I know. I'm joking around. But yeah, they really want soldiers to go in. So if you didn't see 2 days ago, the market closed, the stock market. Epstein said himself, this is where the Jew works. And this is not me, I'm trying to get canceled. Epstein says the Jew works in the stock market and the Goyim will work in the real world. And so the market's open on 8 a.m. Monday or 9 a.m. Monday. And 5 minutes before, Trump posts something and saying, okay, we're going to post, we're going to give him 5 days. We'll give him 5 days of no bombs, ceasefire. And this is coming from 2 days before when the markets closed on a Friday night. He said, Iran, you have 48 hours to capitulate. You have 48 hours to back down or we're going to bomb you indiscriminately. Iran's like, all right. What? A bomb is nothing. It's like a chest slap. And then Trump goes and he says, oh, we were negotiating. We were with the top guys, all the top guys, which is so stupid because they keep on doubles, triple speaking. None of what they're saying is making any sense. If you're following this, like I've been following this, none of it makes sense. So they say, Trump and Hegseth are saying it's a successful regime change because they killed the leadership. And then they say, we are negotiating with the leadership. Then they say, we won, we're declaring victory in this war. But then they say it's not a war, it's a conflict in the same speech. Then they're saying that they're negotiating with the leadership that they're just bragging about killing. So who are you talking to? Essentially right now, the people that are in charge of the negotiating, it's really Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner. These are the two Jewish Zionists that are whispering in Trump's ear. They got him to get into this war. And for some reason, they're the lead peace negotiators, even though they have nothing to do with, they don't even have a real position. Jared Kushner has no real position in the White House. He's just his son-in-law. So what's really happening is he's trying to manipulate the market, the stock market, even it out. And probably there's going to be a ground invasion within 2 days. Right now, it's Wednesday. I've been sleeping so much. It's Wednesday. I think by Saturday, this weekend, we can expect Marines, and they're already gearing up. You've seen a lot of posts, Hegseth saying that he wants the COVID vaccine people to come back in the army. There's going to be a ground invasion this weekend. I tweeted this. I posted my prediction right away, and you guys see I've been right about this. Well, we'll hopefully, hopefully not, but that's clear what's going to happen. You could expect a ground invasion by then. Probably around 5,000 Marines are going to go right north of the Strait of Hormuz, south in the south border of the Strait of Hormuz in Iran. They're going to deploy there. But as we've detailed from different lectures and if we've been analyzing this, the response from Iran is going to be pretty easy. They have a bunch of cheap drones. They don't have as much military power as US and Israel, but what they have is a F-ton of FPV drones. And they've been releasing footage of these FPV drones. Have you seen? These FPV drones are really, I have one. I have an FPV drone. FBI, that's not like, okay, don't get, these are drones that you can get at the B&H store. Every camera nerd, everybody has one of these. No. An FPV drone, it just flies directly forward. It doesn't control like the spinning around drones. It's really cheap because it goes pretty much one direction and it's really easy to navigate. I can fly one. In New York City, you need a lot of limitation stuff, but it can also record. And they're releasing footage that these drones are flying directly into American aircraft, into their the Black Hawk helicopters, which are like $20 million. And also we have the USS has the USS Ford. The USS Ford is a giant aircraft carrier that they're now reporting are saying, okay, we have to retreat the Ford because of a laundry room fire. Can you believe that? So this giant aircraft carrier that they want to bring closer into Iran, they're saying, okay, well, it's not really working well because the washing machine blew up. Does anybody believe that? What probably happened is Iran flew tons of FPV drones, and they are a lot more successful in their defense as the U.S. is trying to make it seem. And they've responded to this. Like Iran, you could see they have their embassy in South Africa. They're saying like there's no negotiations going on. Trump is doing the art of the deal. This is Trump's art of the deal. Okay, you have 48 hours to lay down your weapons. Iran says no. Okay, you have a week to lay down your weapons. And what we've seen right before the speeches is criminal activity. Very obvious insider trading. You could look at the stock market and see billions of dollars being traded up and down with oil and also with Kalshi, these prediction markets, gambling and scamming. People who know what Trump is about to say in these speeches, they are betting on the stock market right before he does this speech, and they're making billions of dollars. I've seen a lot of reports that people like Barron Trump are getting rich off of this. And so many of the people within the Mar-a-Lago space, those Tommy Rubensteins and all these insiders, they're probably making bank off of this because they know. And are any of these people going to face criminal prosecution? Absolutely not. Just like the Epstein list, they're not going to face. And this is blatant market manipulation in front of our eyes. So the reason that he's saying 5 days is because that's when the market's going to close. The new standard for the U.S. to have declared victory for this war is that the Strait of Hormuz reopens. This is just what it was pre-war. The Strait of Hormuz was open to the world. Now they're saying if you're affiliated with Zionists, you can't get your oil. No oil for you. Now they're declaring victory if it just goes back right the way it was before. Then they're also going to declare victory and say, oh, because they can't create a nuclear weapon. Think back to the 12-day war last year. Do you remember when the U.S. bombed Iran last summer and said we destroyed their nuclear capabilities? If Iran was really building a nuke, which they've been saying they're weeks away from developing a nuke for the past 40 years. For the past 40 years, they're weeks away, nuke. Identical to the weapons of mass destruction theory that they had with Iraq. Now they've even withdrawn U.S. troops in Iraq. Finally, Iraq is free, somewhat. So if they were really successful in destroying Iran's nuclear capabilities, then what was that 12-day war about last year? They said that they bombed them indiscriminately and destroyed their nuclear facility. What did they do? Did they dig up the rubble? Were they able to go into the ground and find all their nuclear material and make it up again? If that were true, then they would be able to see it from satellites. You know how much work it would take? So it's all a lie. And they are trying to cover up their disaster right now. You know, they want to clean up the mess. And basically, they want to blame it all on Hegseth. They want to make a fall guy because if they want to win the midterms, which are coming up in 2028, and then in the future for J.D. Vance's presidential run, they're going to need a fall guy. The fall guy is going to be Pete Hegseth. Trump is already saying on speeches, he's looking at him, Pete, it was you, right? It was you who said we should strike Iran, right? It was you. And leave J.D. Vance, leave his legacy clean because they know how unpopular it is. Thanks for the 13. WCEGO, so glad you got your channel back, bro. Thank you, Gigi. I'm glad I got my channel back too. Super glad to be back. Other major developments. There was some seething Jew on a podcast. I forgot. I want to speak about him. Midterms are this year. Oh yeah, you're right. My mistake. Yeah, midterms are this year, and then JD Vance, and then the next run is in 28. My mistake. Don't read kick chat. You lost your channel. I lost my channel. I just got it back. It's been a long time, but yeah, very happy to have my to have 100K and have my channels back. That's great. Also, yes, I saw you guys speaking about this. I tweeted saying Shia Muslims are keeping the Ummah alive right now. And a lot of people got upset. This tweet went really viral, so I want to respond to this. I saw Mohammed Ajab and Daniel Kikachu understand what I'm saying. Muslim Lantern is not happy about that. I was speaking about this with him privately. But here's my position on this, because although I'm not sure if this is true, and I hope it's not. Trump is saying that MBS is supporting the U.S. right now. He's saying this is, hopefully, I love Saudi Arabia. I traveled to Saudi many times. I don't want to continue going, but they're saying that Saudi is working with them and they're allied with them. This is coming from Trump's latest speech, saying that Saudi is working with the U.S. By this logic, the Shia Muslims, the people in Iran right now, they are the ones fighting against the Epstein regime the most, keeping the Ummah alive. Not only were they the ones funding Hamas, Hezbollah, standing up and really fighting back against Israel, the rest of the Arab world, the rest of the Muslim world were not anywhere to be seen. And I think we could look at this from the perspective, and not get mad. People are like, okay, Shias did this, Shias did that. Let's look at it from a grander perspective. If you're Muslim, and this applies to all Goyim, really. There's 2 billion Muslims in the world, right? It's probably underreported. But why is Iran the only country fighting Israel right now? Not only did they genocide Gazans for the past 3 years, even since 1948, really since 1967, but now they have displaced 1 million people in Lebanon. They no longer have home. They are creating greater Israel in front of our eyes, and nobody is reporting on this. Prayers for Lebanon. 1 million people. Israel saying that they can't return to their homes. And what are we doing about it? What are the Muslim countries doing? Some are, there's some sanctions and there's some allies and stuff, but really the only ones fighting are the people of Iran. And these are Shia Muslims. And so instead of, the reason I'm saying this is not to look at them and like, okay, they pray this, how many times do we pray 5, they pray 3, whatever. We're one ummah. We should look at them and see this as an example. Why are they the only ones really fighting back right now? And they have been exceeding everybody's expectations. They have kept the Strait of Hormuz closed. They are taking $2 million tolls just for people to pass through. They are fighting back, and they're doing it well. And when a ground invasion does happen, it's going to be a disaster. And people are saying, oh, you want the enemy to win. No. A lot of people, if you analyze this properly, if you are a real patriot, you want America to lose this war. I'm standing on that. If you are a real American patriot, the only way that we can succeed properly here is by retreating and losing this war. Trump is going to try to save face and declare victory, but for our country to succeed, we got to retreat now. You don't want to be a victim of the sunk cost fallacy and deploy thousands of troops and repeat the same disaster in Iraq. If you were a real patriot and back in 2003, you would have not wanted the invasion of Iraq to happen. Look at how the terms have changed. What they said, regime change. The only way that you can implement a successful regime change is deploying thousands of troops and keeping them in Iran. That would be a disaster. This is not Iraq. The IRGC would destroy American troops in hand-to-hand combat. They would destroy us. Let's be real. It's not a successful regime change. Trump saying that because you killed the Ayatollah, he was 86 years old. It wasn't even Trump who did it. It was Israel. Khamenei survived. How many people did he survive against? Bush 1, Clinton, Bush 2, Obama, Trump 1, Biden not really, Trump 2. He survived all that American regime that hated him. Netanyahu finally got him. A lot of people can understand maybe that was strategic. He was 86 years old. He had cancer. That's not a successful regime change. What do they have now? A son? More people that believe in the exact same things that Khamenei believed in? What was successful? It's not a regime change just because you killed the guy in charge. You just put another guy in charge who believes the same thing. So if you are a real patriot, you would want the U.S. to lose and retreat. We're going to lose more money. Hegseth wants to get $200 billion from the Pentagon. They're declaring victory, but they're about to put a ground invasion. It's going to cost us more money, and we're not going to gain anything from this. We're not going to get anything. What are we going to get? What? Destroy their nuclear capabilities that don't exist, that we have no evidence of, no proof? You can see why. You look back at something like Kim Jong-un in North Korea. Kim Jong-un is completely vindicated in not wanting to give up his nuclear capabilities to America and not folding. So I'm going to cover all that today. See if I forgot anything else. Check Dubai police chiefs directly supporting Israel. What I'm seeing from the people in the GCC, the Emiratis, for example, compared to the Shia Muslims, people are mad about the Shia Muslim tweet. Look what the Emiratis are doing. The Emirati leadership, in response to this war, they go to the mall. They're in the mall. They're walking in the mall like, yes, we're showing strength. What? The mall? What is Dubai doing? What is what about Saudi? I haven't seen like major statements from Saudi. Maybe they're strategically not trying to say too much and get people upset. Trump is saying that Saudi's working with them. If we're going to follow Trump's word, where are people aligned here? And so my goal is to unite the people against what's really happening. As we get into the stream, we're going to get further. This is about Greater Israel, and their next steps, Israel is going to destroy Al-Aqsa Mosque. And I think that that's going to be the only catalyst to unite the Ummah. Right now, we can do what we can to try to get us on the same page. And I understand, oh, they killed this, they did this, Shias did this, Sunnis did that. Once Al-Aqsa Mosque is destroyed, inshallah it's not, but I think it will. I think it will be destroyed. I think that will be what wakes everybody up. The destruction of one of our holy sites. So, lots to cover today. W's in the chat for 100,000 followers on Kick. 100K on Kick. Hey, Eddie, I would love a plaque or something like that. I have these like old Rumble plaques up here. Have 500,000 on Rumble. I'd love to get something. I have my one YouTube plaque here. The other ones are in New York. So, big W. That's cool, right? And we're almost, I want to get to 1 million on YouTube. You're growing really fast on YouTube. Almost 950,000. Is this when you stream early? I want to stream early today because it's been a couple days and I have so much to cover today. Still sick, feeling a little bit better. Drinking my tea, taking my medicine, and I slept a lot. How do I seem? Do I seem okay? All right. What else? What are you saying? You take money from Kick, a gambling entity. Ha ha ha, idiot. Well, yeah, bro. Look, anything you take money from the U.S. dollar, you are part of this too. Okay, is this a seething MAGA, or should I not even be paying attention to the hate chatters this quickly? Third world defender. SNEAKO trusts Iranian media. LR. Oh my God, man, this guy is going crazy. All right, you know I'm just gonna ban you. Bye. Take money from a gambling site. Well, again, don't take the gambling deal. Look, you could say I take money from YouTube and they're tied up here. You could say I take American dollars and my tax dollars go to bombs. Yeah, we're all guilty here, bro. We are all guilty in this. But you got to choose what's right and how much you can do. And I enjoyed having a conversation with academics my last stream. He was saying, what do we do about this? You know, what you talk a lot and you make great points, and he says he listens to the streams, but what are the actionable, you know, what's the call to action with your streams? And that is something I've been thinking about a lot. And I will develop a lot more into this year. You know, I do want to be more unifying and not just be a streamer, but try to be more forward thinking and maybe create some sort of movement with this, especially in America. You know, I would love to, but it's going to be difficult. You know, there's going to be false flags coming real soon. You know, if I was thinking like, you know, especially because I want to build a masjid, people are going to, you know, there's a lot of things that people can do to attack, and it's going to be difficult, but we'll be in work on this. And shout out to Mike Rashid. I saw you reached out to the Warner, but yeah. Yes, sir. Glad to be here. Get a Discord server? I have one. Someone pinned it in the chat. The TTS is on. It's pinned at 50 if you guys want to talk to me. Let's cover the stuff from today. We have a lot to get into. Man, I'm really excited to be, but I was dying to stream for the past 2 days. Like I really, really wanted to go live, but